Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, Davis-Wade Stadium, where they've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the Texas Longhorns taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Longhorns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So Mississippi State's return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. And as this star running back comes onto the field, everybody in the stadium knows he's going to get it. The defense knows it. Doing something about it is quite a different thing.
It's hard to stop him. He's hard to handle because he can do it in so many ways. He can run by you. He can run through you. He really has the whole package, and that's why he's a superstar, and that's why they'll use him early and often.
And the Bulldogs headed quickly to the line.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
A stop-and pull maybe gets a yard to the 34. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Boots, his first of the day away, was called on 4 times in the victory last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. So Texas's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David?
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground. And they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. A lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He'll ride his man on the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TF.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Morrison. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on 3rd down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped, a gain of 3.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
On defense, when they line up with numbers and they line up on your side, you're like, you're ready, it's coming right here. And then all of a sudden they mix in counters and they pull one or two guys and go back the other direction. That's a really good job by the offense keeping the defense on their heels.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. When they put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A 67-yard touchdown drive there, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Man, early in the game, I love when you set the tone and make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. Nice job getting him on the ground, getting your first sack of the day. Listen, they had 3 last week, but they want to continue to build on that number and keep getting it higher, and that's a great start.
Using the quick game. At the 20, he's got space. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Mississippi State going up tempo.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up, but this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
Wants to throw on first down. Finds a man in the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
The Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got an open man. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Movement here from the tight end. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Now on 2nd and goal. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll keep it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
He's got it again. The Longhorns are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Going up top on first down. Trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. Coming after it. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now. You're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now third down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he makes the grab at the 20. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. And the Bulldogs are in the hurry-up.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the right. It's complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalties. They'll operate out of split backs. Trying play action. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Back to the air one more time. This time it's complete. He'll work his way down to the 28. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down.
On the play. First down, Bulldogs.
He wants to throw. He's got it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to run for it. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Right? We got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
I think to be a good 3rd down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these 3rd and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have the talent like that to turn around and hand the football off.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running a football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Took a shot as he threw. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
He leaves it with his back. Went to the running game on 3rd down and picked up 5, but still a couple of yards short. It's 4th and 2. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Trying to show their strength with the run on 4th down. And the Longhorns get it past the sticks. Well, the head coach said he was going to be aggressive. 4th and 2 is kind of right on that edge, but he goes for it and gets it done.
He said he was going to be aggressive, and he backed it up. That's one thing you want to see. You want to hear your coaches talk, and you want to see him back it up on the field.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the linebacker showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. It is good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Texas.
First down here for the offense. Give to the back. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Brings up second down.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Starkville.
Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Still on his feet at the 45. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
Pound it, pound it, pound it. I might not have that pretty run-pass ratio of 50-50, but if I can run the football like this consistently, if you're not going to do anything about it, you want to be a great offensive coordinator, keep calling the run.
Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Moving out of the pocket. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And everybody knows when you're running that play action, that fake has to be great. Everybody has to bite it for it really to work. Defense didn't bite it. Didn't bite the bait, went after the quarterback, got him on the ground.
On second down, they'll take to the air. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. A defensive lineman just smelled pass on that play, and he got in the backfield and sacked the quarterback.
And that's why they get paid the big bucks. Defensive linemen, they got to play the run, be physical. But, man, when you can get a beat and understand it's going to be a pass and jump off the snap like this, make a big play, and now you put them behind the sticks, and the advantage goes big time to the defense.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Quarterback checking the play. It's 3rd and long. Let's see if he's got enough juice in that arm. He took a hit as he couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to scramble. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. Mississippi State right back to the line. The give headed toward right tackle. Still running at the 40. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Got his man on the outside. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now on second down. Reads it, fires complete. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
Going with the counter play here. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
On the double.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
On second down, looking to throw. Got it! Touchdown, Bulldog! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
He unleashes a long one. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Texas.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
24, Mississippi State, 21.
Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Molly.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Mississippi State going up tempo. Gets it out quickly. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down.
Loss of 1 on the play. Now, a 4th down.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Down to the 26-yard line where the tackle is made. Pick up a 5 and a first down.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Let's it fly. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid...
Bulldogs take over first and 10.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got quarter, but it's only by 1. So so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Mississippi State right back to the line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to go deep. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking for a huge play. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Let's see what he can do with the return. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him. And they really featured this guy today.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw, using his legs to buy some time. He'll try to do it himself. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Touch pass on the run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. The give. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride in stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. It's a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
Definitely trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. Up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. Worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back in an opportunity like this.
Got his man to the left. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a 1st down at the 22. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got to be good.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Getting some heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Cutler. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. And the DB right with him to knock it away. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deeper. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They're going to throw it again. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Mississippi State going up tempo. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. He's going to pass. Finds his man down the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this up. from the 7. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late.
Ready?
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does.
3:25.
From the gun, looking for a man. He's got it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. 2nd and goal for this offense. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Ready up.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
Easy.
He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football, getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
They'll run it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. They feed him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills,